Alright, so let's talk Darling in the FranXX. And I'm sure this title alone is going to be controversial for a lot of you guys. And I think that it was made apparent that 002 will be the one that doesn't make it throughout the show if one of them does not make it out through, out of the show. And the beach episode that we just watched really essentially just kind of shows that. And what am I getting at? This isn't going to be the longest video. I'm going to try to make it 3 minutes, 4 minutes long. And look at this past episode, which I believe was episode 7. I actually have it written down. I think it was episode 7. But if it's not, it is what it is. It's 7 or 8. And what this episode did for us was give us death flags. And, in the water with Hero and 002, the death flag is kind of obvious. It's kind of like, oh, God, don't say things like that. Don't say forever. Don't say, I want you to be my partner forever. And it was the way it was said. A lot of times, you can say it and it doesn't have that, like, ominous feeling per se, but this time most definitely did. Someone who's been alone forever, can they ever see true happiness? That's something that's still to be desired, and the question is always, begged to be answered. So 002 says, I want you to be my partner forever, I want to be with you forever. And, of course, Hero doesn't really say too much too. He's kind of like in shock, and really, essentially, 002 does all the talking. And that right there is, it's a death flag, because we know how this world is built. We know that's as strong as Cloxosaurus out there. And we even saw Cloxosaur in which they actually really needed help to defeat, which was the last one that they needed help to defeat, which I don't know if Hero was not sick. They probably would have took care of it themselves. But we don't even know what the front lines, hold. And if that's something that's not even the strongest, then, oh man, what's to come next? So what really set up this, death flag, and what made 002 seem as if she was the one, to die after saying she wanted to be a hero forever, was the Ichigo conversation. And the Ichigo conversation was essentially, her and Hero at the beach talking about that Ichigo star that you can't see. It's so far away, and they're talking about flying up to space and seeing it, right? They're gonna go all the way up into the sky, and they're gonna see that. So the question now is, if that's going to be the thing that happens, if that's going to be the final thing they do, that means Hero has to be alive to see that. So that's basically confirming Hero is going to live. Hero is not going to meet his demise. He is going to do what Ichigo wants to do. He is going to show Ichigo what she was named after. That's the final thing that they're going to do. So that's something that you got to put into consideration. That's something that you essentially really got to think about, because that's so essential to everything, right? Everything's going to revolve around those words. If Hero's going to make it, to that point, is 002, that's the only question we have. That's the only variable that we don't, have an answer for, per se. That is something that you got to keep an eye on. That's something that you got to, just take in and say, hey, if he's going to make it to the end, we know that because that what he just said and how it was written, how it was laid out, how it was presented, it's presented in a sense to where that was going to happen for sure. That was foreshadowing, saying, hey, they're going to fly up to the sky somehow, and they're going to see that star that they can't see from where they are now. And 002 is talking about forever. So that's just my opinion. That's my theory. I don't think one of them will make it, and I think Hero's the one who's going to make it based off what his conversation with Ichigo. What do you guys think of that? I'm dying to know. Short little video, just a little theory. It makes too much sense for it to not to be true, almost, even though I don't want to believe it to be true. But I mean, we're just going to have to go and see where it ends up, because this is episode 7. The series is listed for 24. That's the last thing I saw on my anime list, unless anything has changed, unless it was not, put down correctly. But yeah, 24 episodes from my understanding. So what do you guys think of that? I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.